Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody out there on this fantastic planet for most people, depending where you live. How are we all? Fantastic? All good? All good? Look at this. People jumping in saying hello. And I want to give a big shout out right up front to Sue and Paul. How are you guys? I know you guys are streaming as well. I got the notification as well. Listen, either you're going to have to come on my stream or I'm going to have to come on your stream. That would solve the problem of streaming at the same time. So, anyway, I'm always available, maybe. It's because of the time change, I think. I think there's a UK time difference. We'll see. But good on you. I know a few people are jumping between the two, so that's great. All right. Good morning. Good morning. I've got my coffee. I hope you've got your coffee or alcoholic beverage of choice. Eh? Oh, good stuff. I'm just checking and keeping an eye on my phone here. Yeah, just junk mail. All good. Who else we got in there? Dominic. My God, Dominic's the first one to say hello. Good evening to you, mate. Welcome. Let me get that onto the screen. That deserves a special place down in the corner. How are you, buddy? Good? That's great, mate. Fantastic. Who else we got? We got Azza. Azza's modelling bench. Kia orka, Pete. Trust you well. Yes, mate. All very well here, mate. Thank you. Oh, I'm really well for this time of the morning as usual at 4 a.m. Although I had a late night, like I believe it or not, I didn't go to bed till 9:30 last night. Can you imagine? 9:30 last night. Gosh. Oh, just got yeah. Anyway, um, big night for me. What was I doing anyway? What kept me up? It wasn't modeling, although I have been. Well, yes, I have been doing some model work. Got a lot to talk about there. Hello, Charlie. G'day, mate. Welcome. Nice U-boat or submarine there on your thumbnail. Fantastic. Good one. And there's Mr. Bildrat. How are you, buddy? Good on you. Fantastic. All right. And of course, we've got Stephen Haynes there. Hey, buddy. Welcome. I'm sorry and I apologize in advance. If you hear somebody moaning or groaning in the background, it's not anyone sleeping here. There's a cat outside. There's a pussy outside that's meowing almost all night. And it's one of those it's a strange cat. I'm not very good at speaking cat, right? But most cats go, ow, 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 like this. This cat actually says the way it meow is spelt. That's how the cat out there pronounces it, right? It's actually going meow, meow. And when you think about it, meow sort of sounds Thai, doesn't it? So I think the cat is speaking cat with a Thai accent. Anyway, boy, off to a good start, aren't we? Let's get back to the chat. I'm going crazy here. But yeah, the cat out there, it's meowing like the word meow. Clear, you can hear the M pronounced. I wasn't dreaming, honest. I wasn't. Wayne Saunders, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Who else we got? We got a few. Yeah, we got a few. Good. Wayne, Steve, saying hello to everybody. That's a few I can skip down and catch up to. There you go. Fantastic. Well, how about that? I'll have another sip of coffee. Yes, another sip of coffee. I love Germany. Never been there, but I'm sure I would love it if I went. From the Dome of Cologne. Yeah? Dome of Cologne. Bet it smells nice there. In fact, when you look at it, careful, this coffee's hot. It sort of looks like they've snuck in the Sydney Harbour Bridge there. What do you reckon? Does look awfully a lot like the Sydney Harbour Bridge, but obviously not Sydney. There you go. A cat Yeah, it is a cat with a Thai accent, I swear. Well, if you say meow, it sounds Thai. I mean, I go and have copan. I have uh, like we say. God, here I am trying to think of a Thai word, and I'm living here. I'm bad, aren't I? Oh, I can't think of that food I have all the time down there. I can't remember what it's called. Pad Thai. I have pad Thai, you know, but meow is still out there. There's actually a couple of cats. It's on. I seen the cat yesterday. It's on the back of the shops down there. There's a 7-Eleven. There's a chemist. There's a massage place. On the back, there's some little like air conditioning units and sort of like not balcony, but there's like a sill along there, and it's like a small cat, and it's sitting up there, and it's come out of someone's window. People have windows open at the back there, and it was meowing away. It was meowing like last time, yesterday, because there was another cat down there in the car park, following someone around. Quite a few cats over here, dogs too, but this is more predominantly cats up this end of the street. We don't see many dogs walking around up here. So there we go. And oh, look, there we go. Sue must have hit the go live button a little bit late because I just got the notification that come through. But hey there, guys. Hope you have a good stream as well. Fantastic. So what do I want to show you guys? Well, I've been working on the model, but not the model you think. The tank has gone back in the box. Okay, I've done the final video for now, just showing how to put the tracks together, but not actually doing them because I can't do those tracks. I don't. It's just not possible. It's just too hard. If there was, if I had this little jig that you can get to put the tracks in and glue them together, and just hold those links in place as you're putting the glue, it would be 1000% easier. But I don't, you see. Hello, Jim. How are you, buddy? Turned our clocks back in the US last Sunday. That's right. Now you are 11 hours ahead of me. Currently it's 3:10 p.m. Saturday afternoon. 3 p.m. Okay, I'll have to remember that. But yeah, that's right. America also changed their clocks back as well, as they have changed their presidency. We won't go there, will we? So fantastic. So what was I saying? Yeah, yeah. So the tracks are just no chance. All right, there are like 320 pieces to put together, and now you do the maths. It takes 5 minutes to do one. So, you know, I mean, just 60 pieces is an hour. We're looking at, and that's constant. I'd be a wreck. My fingers, my eyesight, everything would just fall apart on me. So I'm not doing any of the tracks. I've just done the first few links, and that's it. So one day it will get completed, but other than that, yeah. So I've moved on, and I'm building the USS Reuben James 1350 scale Academy ship, and it's off to a good start. I've recorded part 1 video of the build. Yes, I know there are track links that would probably work. Yeah. So, but you know, yeah. If it was a model I was going to keep and display on my shelf and have visitors come through and admire it, then sure, I'll go out and fork out the extra money and buy the tracks. But I'm giving it away. Hello, Peter. How are you, buddy? I'm just going to give it, once it's finished, it's just going to get given away, and I will probably never see it again. So I'm not going to fork out an extra expense just to finish that off like that. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, off the tank. We're not going to talk tank. We're going to talk ship, and it's come together well. I've done the first part of the video, and in the first video, I've done quite a lot. glued the hull together. I've got the screw in there. I've got the rudder on, and I've started work on the main superstructure. It's coming together well. I'll give you a head up on that. Head start up on heads up is the word I'm looking for. GB's there. Hey, buddy, welcome. And I'll get them get that looking good. But I'll show you. I'll show you what I've done. All right. I just got to be careful. There's lots of pieces lying around. Now here we go. All right, here we go. It's been a while, been a long time, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I've started a different model, but here it is so far. Okay, what do you think? All right, so the deck is down, right, and we've got all this put on the back, on here, all underneath's all done. You can see that. Now what I did was, this was just fixed and glued. I've done a few modifications, okay? So this was fixed in position. So I wanted to be able to turn it. Not that I ever will, but what the hell, why not? So you can't see it now, but in there, what I did was, where the pin goes through the base of the hull, I found another piece of plastic and I drilled a small hole in it so that the pin would fit tightly into it. And then I put a touch of glue in there and I put that on the inside. So rather than this be glued to the base of the hull, it's now glued to that little piece, which lets it swivel. And as it does, it turns around a little bit, only a little bit, but it does turn. But anyway, so straighten that up. Good. Now, the other modification I did, and I will thank Hibbo for this. And by the way, for those who don't know, Hibbo, Simon, he served on this ship in Australia. So he's a wealth of knowledge, very handy to have. He's going to help me out with all the termination, all the terminology, termination probably, required on this ship. And one thing I learned from him is this is called the transom, this section on the back here. And not all ships have this. So there were some modifications done. Hello, Daniel. Welcome, mate. Yeah. So in the instructions in this, it shows the it comes with 2 of these landing decks. Okay, this is where your helicopter is going to land. There's 2 types. There's one that has the rounded end on here on the stern, yeah, and it sits in the back. Or there's one that's this one, which you can see that, I mean, the seam line's pretty good. You can't see much. The fit so far is really good, but there's a seam line. That whole back section is put on there, is added on there. You can just make it out. All right. I'm trying to get this stupid camera to focus. But what happened was, when you attach this and put that little deck area on there, when you go to put this on, the lip, you know how there's a lip all the way around that the deck usually sits in and up against? Well, that lip also continues across the back. And when you go to put this in there, it sits up on that. And you can't do it. So what they forgot to tell you in the instructions, is you need to cut that out and sand it down so that this sits flush, because this is obviously, it's hanging over that lip now. All right. But anyway, it all worked out, and it's all gone on. And it is raised a little at the back, because that's how it's supposed to be. And there's also tons of railing, because this is the special edition of the ship. It's got a lot of photo etch. There's lots of photo etch to go on there. And but other than that, the deck went down well, no problem at all. All I needed to do was just put a couple of clamps on there and hold it, and there was just a little bit in the center. But otherwise, you know, it was nice. The pieces are nice and flat, and yeah, nothing's warped, and it's all good. So that's that part done. Then I got busy working on the other parts. superstructure. We'll have a look at that here. What else? Oh, okay. What's this? Going down. Here we go. I freelanced art and sign work here in Freeport, and my name was Handsome Transom. Oh, how about that? There you go. Excellent. Painting boat names. Yes, yes, yes. And yeah, it is looking good. So now I'm up and done this. No modifications on this. I was thinking of making a bit of a change, but I decided against it. But I've glued down all these parts on the deck. So this will sit down on the deck, and of course this is the upper part of it, right, where we'll have the radars and everything sitting. So we've got all these down on here. There's some ventilation, little stacks sitting up there. So all that, lots of pieces glued on. This part here, which is towards the front, went together really well. You can see the fit is really good. It's almost like a Tamiya kit going together, but it's definitely not a MiniArt in detail. Although the detail on the side, so you can see all that. Excuse me. None of that is glued on. That's all just part of the detail. All right, and then we go over this side. There's a platform that I added there with a pipe and a few other bits and pieces. But I'm just trying to get the light right so you can see the detail in that. There we go. Yeah, there we go. You can see a bit there where my hands are hiding it. So that's going to look all really good when it's all painted up, and get some panel line wash on there to make things pop, especially those air vents on the side, and then doing a bit of streaking and getting it look like it's used, clean, but used with being bashed by salt water and the elements. But yeah, so that's come together well. Now what I was going to do is in the back here, if you can see, this is where the helicopters go in. The two doors on there are actually glued on. They came as separate pieces. So I thought maybe I could prop them open. All right. And I thought about that. I thought, well, I might just pop them open and see how they look. But what I found out was that the actual doors on there act as a place for the location point on the deck for this to sit on. And also the fact that inside you would see nothing. There's no detail in there. And I don't want to really go to the trouble of trying to create something in there worth having the doors open to see. So I didn't have a look. Okay. And there's Jeff. There's our Jeff. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Jeff had a bit of a sleep in. That's okay. G'day to you. Yes, you have good. The weather is quite. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Boom, there they are. There it is. Chicago, 12 degrees and sunny. How about that? I think it's actually raining. I didn't do that too accurately. So yeah, so it's coming together really well. All right. At the moment, I'm working on the. There's a missile launcher that sits up on the deck here. On the foredeck, on the bow area. Yeah. It's a missile launcher I'm putting together at the moment. So that's going to go on. And then there's a few other bits. But yeah, it's looking really well. I'm enjoying it. I haven't got the base coat for paint yet. I've got plenty of primer. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to prime the whole thing in one go. We'll see if they tell me to put this on now at this early stage, but I might leave that off. That can go down anytime, really. So I could easily paint this up and do it separately. And not only that, but this kit comes with an absolute ton of what do you call it? Photo etch. That's not what I was thinking of. Yeah, tons of photo etch too. And railings, all right, especially on top of here. All this is going to have railings all the way around. So I'm going to at least do all the railings on those little bits there as well while it's off. Just makes it easier to handle. So, yeah. What else was there? I'll show you the other part of the instructions over here. One of the other things about this kit was it's an updated version of the original release, and I can tell that because of that extra bit on the back of that transom being added. There is a whole list of parts in here. That black square shows all the parts that aren't used. So I'll probably come across some other areas that have been adjusted as well. But what I found was you couldn't build it the other way anyway. Even if you wanted to put the other deck option on there, you wouldn't be able to, because they've updated the decals or decals. They've updated those as well, and they can't. And which means that this decal only fits on the newer piece that works with the transom. Okay, if you try and line up the decals, right, for this landing pad on the other piece, it's a completely different. It's a different configuration. It doesn't match up at all. So they've obviously updated a new decal sheet to go with this as well. And I haven't got to it yet, but I think that may be another one that's been modified. But this is the detail part for the photo etch and all the extra bits. And you really need this to look at more detail when you're building it, because you've got some good photos here, you know, if you can see that. But go in close and you can see that you've got everything right. You can see there, you know, all that railing that's going to go on there. There's quite a bit of, and it really needs this kit, you know, it needs it. See, look at that, all those bits of railing. I can't imagine building this kit without the photo etch, like as the original base model came out. I mean, it would be just, yeah, lacking so much. So yeah, see, look at that. See all this stuff here. That's the top of that superstructure that I'm building now. All that stuff area, and there in the back is where I'm talking about. There, see. So that back deck, the flight deck, is actually raised a little bit. Okay. It is supposed to be there. I thought that was a gap. I thought that was wrong. I thought that needed to be butted up and level, but it isn't. There is an actual sort of a step down. You can see the gap in the railing on either side as well, where you step down onto that rear transom. Okay. And then there's a look at the doors going into the hangar for the helicopters, and all the detail up on the top. So there we go, guys. Yeah. But if you look at like if you imagine building this when it first came out without all that extra stuff, this is the basic instructions. I mean, look at that. There's no detail in it at all. You know, these steps I've done here, just keeping a record of, even though I've finished building this step, I'll make a note that these pieces will need to be painted white, you know, and but the whole thing is built in 10 steps on these instructions here. So, you know, and a lot of it, as you can see there, gets put down on as pieces, like are built as separate subsections. Get the camera right, see? So all of that, you know, just pops down. These radars all go down. So yeah, any of the larger pieces probably, but like I said, I'm going to paint it all as much as I can, prime it all, The hull is hull red. Okay, so hull is hull red up until that waterline mark, the black waterline mark that runs along, which I'll tape up, and I'll do that in black. And then from there up is where the grey starts. I'm not sure, well, it'll be in here, won't it? The colour for the grey. But I will speak to Hibbo about that so I get that accurate, because you know what they're like, these instructions with getting colours accurate. So for the colour for the hull is, we got Humbrol paints listed here. We got Life Colour. We've got man, that's I can't even read that with glasses. It's so small. Yeah, that's it. There's Mr. Colours listed here. Tamiya doesn't even get a mention. So yeah. But so for example, light ghost grey, and then there's a dark ghost grey. There's a grey green. I don't know what that's going to be for. And then there's grey. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 greys. Okay. But anyway, I'll get that sorted. So I'll spray the whole thing. And of course, the other colours will be just darker or lighter greys by the looks of it. Yeah. All depends on how much. But, you know, when you look, I haven't really researched the actual ship too much to see what it looks like, other than the photos on the box. Well, they don't show you anything painted, and none of these pictures here show it painted, which is a real pity. And not only that, but as far as I can see, excuse me, the time change messed you up, did it, Jeff? That's cool. Let's just check. I'll catch up with chat. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to, yeah, I think that's going to look really nice. And I'll probably keep that here for a while too. It's probably going to get me into building ships. Maybe someone could recommend another ship. That'd be fantastic. Something a little bit more detailed. And not smaller than a 350 scale, please. As much as I did like and enjoy doing 1/700, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's just too small, way too small. What else we got? Jim is saying, Jeff, me too. Now we're 13 hours behind. That's right. Jeff saying we had a foot of snow about 30 miles from here in the foothills. They had 2 feet of snow. In the foothills, there were 2 feet of snow. That's great. Do you have like a Sasquatch or something like that, a Bigfoot where you are? Then you'd have 2 big feet in the snow. All right, I'm just going off on a weird tangent there. Yeah. What else we got? Jim just came across a Japanese modeler on YouTube. It builds a lot of World War II Imperial Navy warships. Okay. I love PE ships railing. The only PE I do like to use. Yeah. It does help, doesn't it? And the other thing is, yeah, it doesn't come with all the railing anyway. So, but I'll tell you what I've got too. This is stuff here. Okay, big quick plug there. Okay, Icky Sticky, clear flexible CA. All right. I mean, you can use this for anything, but it is particularly good for railings. Okay, because it dries like a silicone, not like a solid CA glue, which means that over time, and I found this with my other models, over time, the railings would ping off. They not ping off, but they'd come loose because CA glue dries really brittle, like glass, okay? And just picking up your model and moving it or cleaning it or anything like that causes it to just crack a little bit and let go. And particularly with railings, this stuff, like a silicone, you'll be able to glue your railing on, and then you can feel the top of your railing and you can move it, bend it forwards and backwards. It's not going to come out. And it's brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. I haven't even opened this to use yet. But ideal for photo etch parts, as it says, shock and impact resistant as well. It's like you say, if you bump the railing, if you're working on a mast, okay, and you've got all this photo etch and stuff, and you're reaching across your model and you're working around it like our mate, you know, memory, like Ron does, and you know, and you bump it and knock some photo etch. It won't. You're more likely to bend the photo etch than knock it off and lose it for good or do more damage. So good stuff there. Let's see. Would it be Sen Navy Model Factory? Okay, is that the channel? I don't know. Those Japanese ships do have some amazing detail, don't they? That's the name. Yeah, it does some awesome work. He's working on the Fujimi 1350 Zuka-Q something. Yes, fantastic. That's great. You know, what I wish is that what's the name of the company? I can't remember it. They only do 700 scale model ships, and they do ultimate editions with photo etch. I actually built the Yamato in that scale, and I did the Philadelphia. I've done a couple of ships in that scale. God, the name of them, you guys might remember, but they have their detail in ships is the equivalent to MiniArt. It's like MiniArt. It's unbelievable. It looks fantastic. Really, really beautiful stuff. But they don't do 350 scale. If they ever did 350 scale, you know, nobody does models of that quality. Yeah, if MiniArt did ships, MiniArt don't do ships, do they? Oh, I wish they did. Please, someone tell me I'm wrong. You know, let me get rid of that banner. We've seen the weather. We'll just quickly have a look. So it's 8. It's, by the way, I'm going to mention this. Look at the weather. 8 degrees in the UK, 12 in Chicago, Sydney's 21. Tokyo I put in there instead of Paris is 12. Winnipeg is the same, 12. That's freezing there. Look at that. Chiang Mai is only 20 degrees. It's freaking cold here. It's colder here right now than it is in Sydney. That's just mind-boggling, isn't it? Yesterday was the first time. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Yesterday was the first time since I've been here in nine months that the temperature didn't get above 30 degrees during the day. It got to 28 maximum yesterday. And last night, or the night before, well, last night as well, but it got down to 19 degrees at night. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look. I'm wearing tracksuit pants and socks. Can you imagine? Thank God I bought them with me. Tracksuit pants and socks in Thailand. Unheard of. But this is winter. This is winter here. And I don't know if it will get much cooler. I mean, it's nothing compared to, I know you guys have experienced winter worse, but yeah, just to put on tracksuit pants and socks. 2 days before yesterday, we had 2 days of rain, overcast, didn't see the sun at all. And I was wearing this all day in here, keeping warm. everybody out there, even the traffic was lower. There were less people. Everyone's rugged up on their motorbikes, riding around. Yeah, amazing. So, but of course, it's also high season and peak tourist season here now. And it's the best time to be here right now. Obviously, I'm up in northern Thailand in Chiang Mai, and it's cooler up here. Down south in Koh Samui and Koh Phangan and the Phi Phi Islands and all those fabulous places, it's still summer and it's still really nice. But the main key about this time of the year is less rain. Less rain, a little bit cooler temperature. So, I am actually heading off on a bike ride in a few days. On Tuesday, actually, I'm heading north towards the Burmese-Myanmar border to a little town called Pai. It's a little, well, it used to be a sort of a hippie place, and it's up there in the mountains. Now, I don't go off subject too much, but the ride on the motorbike from Chiang Mai to Pai to go through the mountains goes through, I think it's 790 corners and twisties through the road. It's just incredible. If I could show you a photo of the Google Maps view of this worm going up through the mountains, amazing. So I'm looking forward to that ride. I was planning to go this week, but I saw the forecast for the weather, and next week is supposed to be sunny and really nice. But up at higher altitude, up in the mountains, it will be colder. So I'll be taking not just the trackies and the socks. I've got a long sleeve pullover there as well. I'll be taking up there because it will get cooler. Yeah. So there you go. Yes, who's this? He's also building Tamiya border and verify 1350 martyrs at the same time to compare the kits. Really? Where do you have the space to do that? I have to check him out. That sounds great. Oh gosh, that's a good question there, Jeff. Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. Yeah, but that's all I've done. Listen, you know, I've been watching Jason on Model Kit stuff when he built that yacht, the wooden one, and a couple of other guys out there who do wooden ships. And you know, back when I was in school, I did woodwork at in my classroom. There was a choice: you can do woodwork or metalwork when I was at school, and I did woodwork, right? And I remember my teacher. His name was Mr. Pope. And he walked with a limp, and as a walking stick, he carried the cane, the bamboo cane. And if you weren't paying attention in class, which was me because I was no good at woodwork, he would come along with a cane and whack you across the back of the legs. Students like me would deliberately go to the toilets and change into long pants before we had to go to his class. So you weren't wearing shorts. Otherwise, you get those behind the backs of your knees, those red welt marks from being smacked across the back by the cane. These days, that'd be assault. Point being was I didn't do very well in woodwork. I remember building a step ladder that you wouldn't climb on if your life depended on. I bought a planter box to put a pot plant in that fell apart, pretty quickly. Oh, and I bought a coffee table. I struggled with that. I don't think I ever finished it. Yeah. So wooden ships, oh gosh, don't know. I have to start with something fairly basic and build up. And I think it's one of those sort of things that would, if you think building model ships out of plastic takes a lot of time, the wooden ones would take a lot more and need a lot more detail and work. So yeah, I've thought about it, and I'd like to one day, but I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. The Akagi, yeah, that's a beautiful one, isn't it? Oh, those flight decks are amazing. And you've seen underneath the flight decks all the detail and all the supports and the photo etch. Oh my gosh, you're doing the whole detail of all the supports and everything underneath the flight decks. You know, there's like hundreds of pieces, all down there, and all the structural parts are all, you know, just incredible. Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, I'm getting back into ships, and ships are my main passion. They have been for a while. I haven't watched that video yet. Okay, it's a beautiful ship. Love the camouflage pattern on the flight deck. Okay, that's cool. That's good. No, just bears, Peter. Just bears. Oh, there's just bears there. Okay. Are you sure they're bears? Oh, they're walking on 4 feet, 4 paws. So yeah, okay. Just bears. That's bad enough. Yeah. Anthony Jones is there. G'day there. Welcome. I'm about 10 minutes behind in chat, but I'll catch up to you guys. Got nearly 20 people watching. That's good. Another big shout out to Paul and Sue, Ice Queen 7's live streaming at the moment. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one. That's the type of Icky Sticky CA glue I have too, Pete. Works well for everything I use it with. Yes, that's good. Yep. Yep. For your general other CA I'm using for this, and I like the medium too, the medium one. There's thin, medium, and I think there's a thicker one. And this is just the right combination. This just flows just right. And seriously, like, you guys all know about Icky Sticky, you know, and if you don't, you've really got to try their stuff, because especially these glues, just amazing. I haven't got their instant cement. I'm using this at the moment because you know, I couldn't bring a lot of stuff with me. Monique at Icky Sticky, I put an order in. She sent me everything from overseas, from Australia, and it was fantastic. It was here in just under a week. How's that? Oh. So I'm really happy with what I got. But I will probably need some of her CA glue. It's really good. What else we got? Yeah, so, oh, and of course you need this as well, your activator. All right, there's also debonder as well. So, but yeah, great stuff. Really is fantastic, and nothing compares to the CA glue. You can't buy the equivalent anywhere else. Not even the big model maker names really sell CA glue. MIG Ammo, Tamiya, all of them. They don't sell anything like this. You know, they don't sell anything, and you got to have that if you're going to do photo etch. You've got to have it. All right. Okay, that's good. I'll need to check up and see what that's all about. Daniel's saying dusting it. I have VMS CA, Flexi CA, same effect. Okay. Yep. What else we got? I subscribe to his channel. Oh, good. That's great. There we go. We got the link down there now. So good on you. I can't click it on here, but I can click it on my other. Where are we here? Where is he? There's the channel. Let me just click over there and have a quick look and see if I'm already subscribed or not. The Burning Sail. Just over 1,000 subscribers. I'm not subscribed, but I am. Now I am. What's he got? Videos. Oh, is that a wooden ship? I see. Oh, wow. So he's done 2 days ago, part 2 of building the USS Missouri in 1/200 scale. Is that wood? Missouri. Oh, it's an Oka. By Oka. I didn't know they built Missouri. Oka models. I thought they just did old wooden ships, not Missouri? Or is that oh, okay. That's interesting. Part 1 of the Missouri Skeleton Assembly. I'll have to go check that out. Oh, he's done the unboxing of it as well. The Missouri in wood. Different. But I'm looking at tall ships. I would like to do a tall ship. Santa Maria looks nice. Yeah. Yeah, don't start me. All right, yeah, I've got him there. So he's now got another subscriber. It looks quite interesting. So I'll check that out later. Good one. Oh, so your Atoll's there. Hey, buddy, welcome. Everyone's saying hello to you too. Good on you, mate. Welcome. That's great. Yeah, you describe detail. I thought of MiniArt. Those guys are geniuses. Yeah, I don't think there is another model manufacturer that does the detail MiniArt do. They're next level. They really are. They're next level. Okay. Now, I would say that Tamiya are very good. It depends on what you're building. Okay. I mean, you know, cars and motorbikes, you know, you can only go to, well, cars you can. Motorbikes are fantastic anyway. Whatever brand of motorbike you build, they all look good. They're all so much, you know, the detail's fine. Ships are another matter. But MiniArt, oh gosh, yeah. If MiniArt bought out a ship, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? It might snow. Could you imagine? No, it wouldn't. It won't snow. Yeah, I'm sitting here now. This is the third night in a row where I've slept with my windows and balcony door closed. Okay, normally I have them open. They've got screens on them, but actually closed. I mean, I'm not going to run the aircon to heat the place. It's not that bad. Okay. Another thing though, my bed only has a bed sheet, and I have a doona cover that's up there in the cupboard that came because one thing here in Thailand is when you rent a condo, everything is included. Okay. So you get, but like I was just going to say, the doona cover doesn't come with a doona. It's only the cover. The doona's not in there. So that's not much good. So I don't actually have a blanket for the bed, but it's never going to get that cold. It's never going to get that cold, I'm sure. So what I'm going to do is, you know, so yeah, everything's included here. You know, they're fully furnished. Every condo throughout Thailand, they're fully furnished. They come with your bedding, sheets. They come with all your towels. They have all your cutlery, your plates, your coffee cups, your your glassware, your TV, your microwave, your fridge. Everything is here. You know, yeah. You just walk in with your own clothes and fill the fridge with food, and you're it. That's it. So yeah, but yeah, I don't think I need a blanket. It's never going to get that bad. So there we go. Temperature here is 7 degrees. Yeah, that's cold. That's cool. Yeah. Most of the UK has been sat under a cloud for the past whole week. Yeah, really? Wow. That's there we go. Got to catch up on chat, guys. Yeah. And what else we got? Yesterday was actually a nice day. Yesterday the sun came out. The sun was out all day. Very scattered cloud. I went out and I walked out there. It was beautiful in the sun, just getting that warmth again. And yeah, it got up to, like I said, about 28 degrees, I think. But also here, there's a breeze that was never here before. So I guess that's a winter thing as well. Okay. The cool air, I've been told, is coming down from the north, from China, and coming across from Laos and Myanmar. right? And that's the cool air. And there's a breeze as well. So normally it's really strange. You know, you know the weather where you've lived all your life and you're familiar with it, you know. But we're living in a bowl here. This is like a basin, completely surrounded 360 degrees by mountains. Okay. One of those mountains is the tallest in Thailand, which I need to make a trip to in next month. Mount Itaron, I think it's called. It's the tallest mountain in Thailand, but it's surrounded. So what happens is any wind is hitting those mountains as a block, right? And all we're getting is just this, a light swirl. So even when we get storms come through in summer here, it just buckets down. It just the heavens open and it pours down, and there's no wind at all. It's not like in Sydney that I'm used to, where you get the wind and the rain with it, or the wind with it, and the wind's blowing and the rain's coming sideways. Not here. It's straight down. You can leave your windows open here when it's pissing down rain, and the rain won't come in. Very unlikely to come in because it's just dropping straight down. There's no wind. So in that bowl, it's just that. But now, for some reason, yesterday when I went for a walk, for the first time, another first time, I looked at the trees, and you could see the trees were rustling and blowing slightly in the wind. And that breeze was a little bit, well, it wasn't hot that you're used to feeling, you know, it was a slightly cool breeze. So it was quite pleasant, even in the sun. Normally you got to step into the shade and it drops about, 5 to 8 degrees. But even in the sun, as long as there was that little breeze, yeah, it was good. Yeah. So there we go. Dom de dom dom dom. Thank you. 6 degrees, says Dom. Yes, it's cool there, I'm sure. Anyone saying hello? Dominic? Yes. Did I say hello earlier? I'll say it again. Hello. Winter is fine as long as you can afford to keep warm. Yes, lucky here in Maine, about 57 Fahrenheit here. Do not live in Celsius. That's fine. Yeah. Yes. Beautiful Maine. Yes. All good. Everybody's good. I'm going to catch up on the chat. Everyone's saying hello to Dominic. And here's a new channel. He's building a 1-200 wood Missouri. That's the burning sail one I clicked on. Yeah. So I must have missed was there an earlier link? I'll go back, check later to that other channel that you guys were talking about. Just scooting along. Let's have a look. Senya model. There it is. Sen Navy model factory. Okay, I got it now. Videos. I'm just checking that. What's he got? Just over 7,000 subscribers. He's doing a 1350 Yamato from Tamiya, Very Fire and Border. Wow. Wow, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I'll check that out. He's done the Yamato. Very good. I'll give him a good. He's in his the first video showing the boxes. He's written the name Yamato in Japanese in his line of his title of his video, and straight up that's had double the views, because the Japanese is a huge market. And one of the things that boosted the views on my Yamato build was I had in the title of all the different stages of that build the word Yamato in Japanese. And Japanese were I think it was my third largest viewers of that series, because Yamato is the kingpin of the ships of the Japanese, for sure. Yeah, they got the sister ship there as well. He's done. Oh, he's done both of them with the Verifier and Yamato. Okay. He's busy. Megami there as well, the aircraft carrying cruiser Megami. He finished that 3 months ago. Special glue mixing method. It's got a few tips there. That looks really good. All right. Am I subscribed? Let me go back up and have a look. I'm already subscribed to his channel. There you go. I'll just make sure I've got notifications personalized. Watch that, guys. All right. Just check that while you're here on YouTube now. All right. Go to the subscribed part of whatever channel you're watching. In my case, mine. Make sure you've got all clicked, because I'm telling you now, I've had personalized clicked. All right. I've never had personalized ticked. And that was added a fair while ago. You could always have unsubscribe, you can have none, or you can have all for notifications. All right. Those were the three you always had. Then they added personalized. All right. Now, I've never ever gone into that to see what personalized means and what adjustments you can do to personalize notifications on someone's channel. But YouTube is by default ticked that. So when I had all ticked before, it had personalized only ticked. So in which case I was not getting notifications, and that's why I couldn't remember that model channel's name, because I'm no longer getting notifications. Or channels you do watch quite often, and you say, oh, I didn't get the notification for the live stream, or for that video that came out. It's because YouTube might have gone in there and changed that setting. Just make sure you've got all ticked. It's not like you're going to get notifications on your phone every 10 minutes. You're only going to get a notification when that person releases a video. Okay. So, because if you tick none, then you're not going to go watch that video other than if YouTube recommends it to you. So when you're watching all the channels and you open up YouTube for the first time, it comes up and have all those recommended based on what YouTube knows is your viewing experience. Well, if you haven't watched one that's related to Sen, Navy, model, and factory, those words of that person's video, and if you haven't been there for a while, it's not going to recommend it. So you might forget about that channel. So hit the notifications to all. Highly recommend doing that. You're a plastic addict. That's no good. What are you, plastic addict? Yeah. I am too. Yeah. Yeah, would be a whole new level. Woodwork or metalwork, but my girlfriend was in cooking, so that's what I did. There you go. Cooking. Yeah. Yeah. It's like Lego. It's like Lego. Well, Lego is, I don't know. Modeling is broad, isn't it? Modeling is broad. There's a difference between building a model and putting together a model. Okay, I think that there's a line that separates the two. All right, so building is sort of the more detailed version of building a model, like putting together a plastic model that is a plastic model. But if you want to put together a model, well, you do that with Lego, don't you? Lego is putting together. If every piece fits in Lego, right? You don't have to worry about that. You don't need to file and sand and do any of that with Lego. You just stick a brick onto another brick and follow the instructions. I'm not saying it's easy or anything, but it's different, isn't it? I've got that Kagi along with the photo etch waiting for my stash here. The thing with the Japanese ships, especially the Tamiya ones. They're very expensive, aren't they? Really expensive. And if you want to do the detail up, which if you really want to give justice to the model, you probably really want to add all the photo etch and all the brass parts and everything, then you could double the price again. But those Tamiya Japanese ships have always been way more expensive than the US or other ships. So, and you haven't seen any yet, teas, I'm sure. Okay, different variety. Okay, well, I don't know these varieties. That's just my lack of experience, but I'm sure there are other varieties. But when I walk into a hardware store, don't buy that stuff on the shelves. All right. When I first started modeling, back when I was, gosh, 55. Back when I was 55, my CA glue was from Bunnings, was the hardware store in Australia, and I would buy that little stuff in the liquid one that was really watery, and then Precision, I think they called it. I don't remember the brand name, and I got by on that. Okay, but you can't use CA glue that comes out like water. All right, it's just nothing. It's no good, and that's what most CA glue is like. You need something that's a bit thicker, but not too thick, because if it's too thick, you can't apply it properly. It goes all stringy, it's ridiculous. So you got to get proper CA glue. Yeah, we are enjoying the early summer down under. Hey, Charlie. G'day, mate. That's good. That's good. Yes. Enjoy your early summer. That's great. Oh, it's Telford this weekend. Ah, of course. Yes. Well, I'll look forward to watching some people's videos. I'm sure Moss will be there and doing a video. Don't know if Nigel's going this year. He went last year, I think. Not to do a video, but he did go there last year. I remember him talking about it, saying he's just overwhelmed by it, all the people that he'd met that come up to him saying hello. So that was great. And yeah, it'd be fantastic. Well, I guess where I am, it's a little bit closer than being in Australia to get to Telford. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. There's actually the equivalent of Telford in Thailand is a big model show in Bangkok that I remember. The problem is the language thing. I need to find out. In fact, I'm going to write that down. Bangkok model show. Because I saw a video on this model show and oh my God, it was incredible. From all over Asia, people came with their models and displays, as well as products and stuff. And oh, the Tamiya display was absolutely massive. All the big leading company names, all the new products, things you'd never seen before. All the new releases were coming out at the show. It was fantastic. I need to find out when that is. But Telford, eh? Well, yeah, that's great. Where else we got? See Scotland someday. You want to go to Scotland? You sound like you almost have a oh, right. The Jeff saying to Atoll. Yeah, Scotland's beautiful. It really is. Time of the year, I was up there about March, April. Yeah, March, April was the time of the year I went there. Drove around. Beautiful. Up there to Port Augusta, Loch Ness, and places like Perth. And yeah, loved it up there. Yeah. It's not the same. It's not the same. You got to experience it. You got to be there. Can't do everything on YouTube. I mean, gosh, you know, you got to feel that bite of the cold air up there on the Bracken Beacon. Is that what it's called up there in the mountains, or am I thinking of Wales? Maybe I'm not far up enough. You know, going for a swim in Loch Ness. Yeah, braving Loch Ness, the cold and the monster. Going to the pub, going to a Scottish pub when they're all drunk with your Aussie accent, in my case, and not being able to understand anybody because their Scottish accent is so strong. Anyway, there you go. Everyone's saying hello to Athol. Athol. Pronounce things right. What else we got? Everyone's saying hello. See, you put jigsaw puzzles together, you build a model. Well, that's right. And all that Lego is just a 3D jigsaw puzzle. Correct? I'm right, aren't I? I mean, it's a 3D jigsaw puzzle. It's like those wooden, I put together those wooden models of the car and the truck and the train. Roker models. Yeah, it was fun. It was something different. You know, it's all template pieces come out and you just push all the parts out and they all just clip together, little tabs, and you build the model up. They're really good. Someone had a good picture of a gun they were going to put together. Might have been, who was that? Gilly, I think, had one. It was a M16 or something. That was pretty good. Dominic's going. Catch you later, mate. Cheers. Thank you for calling in, being the first one. Good on you. Phil Jolly. Hello. It's Phil from Plymouth, Devon. Hello. You've been following my... Oh, good, mate. That's great. My M3 lead build. Good on you, mate. Welcome to the live stream. I'm sorry, I'm about 5 minutes behind in chat, but it's okay. I'm catching up. I talk a lot, as you'll notice. And by the way, yeah, I've given it away if you were here earlier. I've finished building the tank, as in I've finished because I'm just over with it. The tracks won. Tracks beat me. I couldn't do it anymore. So the last video of that series will be just me showing how to put the tracks together. I just do about 2 or 3 links, and then it's just repetitive nightmare for the next few hundred. But I don't have the patience or the stamina or the attention to spend days mindlessly trying to do that. So I'm finished the video there, but we've got everything else done. And one day I'll come back with the weathering and the finishing of the tracks. So yes, it's like just have to hold on and wait while I move on to building this ship that I'm on now, which is the USS, where are we? Reuben James Perry class. So there we go. So, yeah, welcome, mate. Welcome. Dominic's going. Good. Well, not good, but yes. What are the cost of border and verifier kits? Good question. I don't know. Loctite. Yes, that was it. Yeah, Loctite was the brand of gel CA. Yeah. The gel one was too thick. They did have a premium one that was a more watery one. That worked okay. And that's where I invented these, all right? And these are the original, all right? So when I first started modeling, I made these, and these are still the original. In fact, this one is not the original wire. I've had to replace that about 2 times, but that is completely original. So if you don't know what these are my CA glue applicators. So what I do is I use these Post-it notes, okay? Get a stack of these, and I put my glue on there, just a spot of glue. And what I would do with the Loctite gel is just put a spot on there, and then I would come along, depending on the amount I wanted to apply, very small or bigger, or the other way around, I would just come along and touch it in there and touch it on the piece that I was going to apply onto the kit, on the, you know, the strut of the railings or whatever, or just run it along the railings and just apply it from this. And yeah, these are the original two. So these will be antiques, you know. One of the very rare original things I still have. But yeah, and all it is wire. Okay, I got a fine wire there, and it's just CA glued, of all things, CA glued into the end of a pen. Right? And perfect. And same with that one. That's a thicker wire for larger amounts. Again, just into the pen there. And then all you do is you carry a lighter. This one here has a little bit of glue globbed on the end because it gradually builds up on the end there. There we go. You can sort of see it. Get the camera there. All right. And then you just come along like this. Ready? Oh. Done. And it's ready to go again. It's like back to brand new. So, tips and tricks from Oz Scalemodeling, guys. There we go. Hello. Let's see. Jason Modkit Stuff is there. He will be doing a video. Oh, really? Good on him. That's good. I don't remember if he... Oh, he might have gone there last year too, but yes, that'd be good. That's great. He'll be recognized. It's funny. It's amazing when people recognize you in the real world rather than online. You know, I mean, obviously it doesn't happen my modeling channel, but my Thailand channel is growing really quite well now. We've just passed 2,500 viewers, heading up to that 3,000 mark, and I can go out, walk around, and almost if I've got a camera in my hand, definitely I've had people come up to me and recognize me. It's quite amazing. So what else have we got? Builds, yes. Well, you got to go. Peter's off. Good on you, mate. Yes, enjoy the rest of your weekend too. Build saying hello to Jeff. Bracken Beacon's in Wales, Pete. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I drove up through Wales from Cardiff along the coastline, and then I cut across and then went up into Scotland. So I wasn't sure where. Yeah, okay. My mistake. Very good. Okay. With a surname like yours, Jeff, there is... Oh, I see. I'm catching up on chat. That's good. Yes, definitely. He certainly has the Donahue, isn't it? Yeah, it's certainly not Chinese, is it? Oh, Donahue. Okay. There we go. Bit of family history there. Marvel. Hello, Marvel. Hello to everybody. I used to burn off my CA from a pin vise. Yes, they work as well. Yeah. Just one of these. Excuse me. Reaching over. So yeah, you could do the same thing here. You can put something into the end of this. Screw that up. Yeah, and use that as well. That's also a good way to do it. But then I need that for my drill bits. I've got a spare actually. So yeah. Oh, but gives off hydrogen cyanide gas. So might want to think twice about it. Yeah, it stinks, doesn't it? Is that what it is? Oh gosh, I hope it's not too late that I've now learnt that. Everyone say hello. Hello. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, you got to make sure you have it away from you when you burn that glue off. For sure. You don't want to be passing out, or anything with the word cyanide is not going to be good, is it? Hydrogen cyanide gas. Yeah. Wow. All right, guys. So last week I talked about we were going to do a bit of a discussion on model manufacturers and the quality of their websites, which we never got around to this time. But next weekend, I got to tell you guys, I'll just give you a forewarning. I'd like to do it. I will be doing a live stream on that subject. Don't know when. Next weekend is going to be a little bit, oh, how can I say? I'm doing my best to do this next weekend, but I may be struggling. All right. So over here in Thailand, we have what's called the Lantern Festival. Now, if you're really quick and you jump onto Google and type in Lantern Festival, Chiang Mai, or just Thailand, but it's mostly here in Chiang Mai, it is massive. There will be hundreds of thousands of people in the streets all across Chiang Mai, lighting these candles in these lanterns and setting them up and letting them float up into the sky. Thousands of them. It's a firefighter's nightmare that night, and it's next Friday and Saturday night. Now, it's going to be huge. Down here where I live, there's the bridge that goes across the Ping River. It is the second point where most of that's being done. They also put lanterns, make these little boats with flowers and set them off down the river as well. But a lot of people are concerned because some of these lanterns can come up, and this building is 19 stories high. And you don't want one of these candles in a lantern crashing on your balcony. So most people bring in any furniture or anything they've got on their balconies just in case, depending which way the wind's blowing. But yeah, quite a few spot fires happen around the place, apparently, I've heard. So yeah, it's going to be a big night. It's going to be a big weekend. I'm going to be up there filming everything and experiencing it. There's a big event in the main temple in the old city of Chiang Mai, where all the monks put on this massive ceremony. It's just spectacular. It looks fantastic. And then up at the next bridge up the river is called the Iron Bridge. That's a big major spot up there as well, where there will be thousands. And to give you an idea, people get to this temple 4, 5, 6 hours to secure a good spot to view. And you could be stuck there shoulder to shoulder in the crowds for hours to be right there to see this spectacular event that's coming on. So all of it is all to do with the start of the end of the rainy season and the introduction, and to bring in the winter for this time of the year. So Loi Krao, I think they pronounce it in Chinese. So it's fantastic. So I'm going to have a late night, is what I'm trying to say. I will still have a live stream. I'll probably get to bed later than I did last night at 9:30, and so I'll see what I can do. But before that, I've got quite a big week coming up. I'm heading up to a place north of Thailand. Not north of Thailand is Burma. North of Chiang Mai, to a place called Pai. And for those who know Thailand, it's the equivalent of, I would say it's the equivalent reputation of what Goa has in India. Okay, it's alternative lifestyle, hippie. Yeah, you got to do this with your hands. Hippie sort of thing. People go up there, they smoke, they drink, whatever you want. It's all backpackers and stuff like that. But it's also up in the mountains, spectacular. I think I mentioned it earlier, the motorcycle ride up there goes through nearly 800 twists and turns in a 3-hour ride. So yeah, so I'm doing that next week as well. I'll be up there for about 2 days, but I will be back for this big festival, and it's getting busy. People are starting to come in. There'll be fireworks and everything, but the hotels are filling up. I've noticed big tour buses are coming in. And it's going to be a big one of the biggest festivals, other than the water festival that was held back in April. This would be the second biggest festival of the year. Hey, Hobby Time, welcome, mate, welcome. So yeah, fantastic. I've caught up on chat, haven't I? Everybody's saying hello to Hobby Time. That's good. All right, well, there we go, guys. I'm going to finish it up here. I don't know if Sue and Paul are still streaming or not. If they are, jump over there if you're not already watching both, but jump over and join them. And I am going to go and make another fresh cup of coffee and have something for breakfast. And, you know, yeah, and Jeff's off and I'm off. I'm going to head off too. So thanks, everybody. See me. I won't be hungover, but I will be definitely under the weather after the festival next live stream next weekend. But I'll have plenty to talk about. So not that I don't anyway. But all of you guys, great. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the rest of it. And the video for this ship, part 1 of the build, I have to check. It's either, I think it's coming out next week. It'll be straight after, the week after the final build of the tank. The following week is when this ship will begin part 1. All right. So, and it's coming along pretty quick too. So I'm going to have to start thinking of my next model fairly soon. Yeah. All right, guys. Good one, everyone. Like I said, have a great weekend, and I'll just take the chats down. And thank you all for the new people that showed up and said hello. Welcome. And don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, as they say. And I'm just looking for my bit of music to play for the exit. Where are we? There we go. Live stream exit. All right. Cheers, everyone. Have a great one. Bye for now.